So if you're growing into a finite size market, or even a market that's maybe shrinking, that's actually not very exciting for us, right? Versus if you're growing into a market that's going to be 10 times as big in the future, or 100 times as large, then you have potential for that unlimited growth. And so maybe to give like concrete examples, we see a lot of people selling to dentists, and no doubt, they're making a great product, but dentistry is not a market that I would expect to grow 10x in the next 10 years. If anything, I would hope it shrinks as we get better toothpaste or something like that, right?
Yeah, there's that toothpaste that's supposed to fix all cavities.
Exactly. So I don't think, in 10 years, we're all going to be spending way more on dental care. But at the other end of the spectrum, we have things like security, from hacking and whatever. And that is, I think, a growing market. And certainly like AI is making it all the more urgent that we're able to secure our systems. And so it's easy to imagine that actually, as the economy grows and as like the importance of AI and the importance of keeping systems secure, that actually the security industry and keeping our systems secure is actually going to grow 10x in the next 10 years. And so that is a much more exciting market to invest in.
Yeah, I think SpaceX is another good example of that, where it's not, you don't need to be too creative to imagine colonizing other planets.
Right. What is the market opportunity for Mars? Right. And actually, but that's a great example, because for a long time, people were very bearish on SpaceX because they said the total global launch market is actually just not very large. And that was absolutely true. And so Elon, being a very clever founder, fixed that problem by inventing his own demand in the form of Starlink. So, part of the purpose of Starlink is actually just to have a reason to launch all of these rockets over and over again. And so we're now at the point, thanks to Starlink, that actually, I believe the majority of satellites in space are SpaceX satellites. And so he actually found a way to turn what was a finite market for launch into actually an infinitely large market.